Hello everyone. Welcome to your EDUU 609 online midterm. Here we go. So here's your role and your situation. You are a teacher on a professional development team at your school site. You have been given carte blanche to do something meaningful and interesting to get the rest of your teaching peers to learn more about meaningful curriculum design and be motivated to take positive action within their own teaching practice. Your task. A fellow teacher has come to you with a wild idea. This person watched a Bob Costas interview of Jerry Seinfeld and believes that Jerry needs to come to your school and share his ideas about the art and craft of being a comedian, creating a comedy routine. And within that talk, your fellow teachers would get the opportunity to learn about the art and science of meaningful curriculum design. You view the video and agree. Now, you need to craft a letter to Mr. Seinfeld to explain to him why he should come and speak to teachers, how his views parallel and offer insights into designing meaningful curriculum, and what potential good could come of his helping teachers design more meaningful curriculum for their students. Remember, Seinfeld is not a teacher. You must clearly teach him why his thoughts are relevant and parallel to curriculum design. The link to the movie is included in the email you received from your professor. That's how you got this link, right? You will write your letter on your team's wiki page. Each team, when you log in to Tapped In, whether you're meeting in my office or a different office, depends on what your professor decides, you will have a link there on the featured items board to a wiki page for your team. It'll be clearly marked there. Don't worry, you can't miss it. Now the rubric. I'm telling you right up front, it's intense, but that's purposeful. And at this point in the class, you should be pretty used to some intense rubrics. You will either get that rubric at the time of the midterm, or it may be attached to this email. This is one of those areas where your professor has some discretion, how he or she thinks it will best work for your group. Okay? Let's move on. Here's some additional info to remember. Only one person at a time can actually write or edit in the wiki. So you should be discussing in Tapped In, and then have one person at a time go and post your different thoughts in the wiki. Wait until that person, quote unquote, returns to Tapped In, and then you can go check out the work by simply refreshing your screen. Now, you've already seen the first movie that was sent out, so you know you can detach your chat box, so you've got more room over on the side. You can view the wiki at the same time you've got Tapped In, your conversation going. There's no rush. Don't feel pressure. You have plenty of time to do this. I've given this exam in multiple fashions for a couple of years now, and every team works a little differently. The main thing is for you to focus on what you're doing. Don't get stressed out. Don't worry about this or that. Just stay on task. What are you doing? Refer back to the rubric, talk to your peers, post on the wiki, craft the letter as a team. Now, how you go about doing this, again, it's your decision. But don't get flustered because only one person can edit at a time. It will all be okay. I promise you. I've been through this enough. You're going to feel a lot of cognitive dissonance because you probably haven't worked this way. And that's okay. Your final product, that letter that you're creating on the wiki, it should be spotless. Please proofread it. Please proofread it. To give you an idea about length, if it was posted in a Word document, it would be about 3 to 4 pages double-spaced. So if, as you get close to finishing, if somebody wants to copy the content, stick it in a Word document, make sure it's double-spaced, and see how long it is, you'll get some idea if you're on track. Okay, a couple things to remember. When your team is done, you need one person per team to send a copy of the chat transcript to your professor. Now, you've already been in Tapped In, so you should know that about 10-15 minutes after you log out, you will get a transcript. Only one person needs to send that in. If you have any problems, email up here and say, I don't know where my transcript is. Please send yours. This is not something to lose sleep over. Another thing, when your team is satisfied that the letter is done, log out and take no more than 10 minutes writing your professor, an email about the experience. How was it for you? Did you learn through the doing of the assessment? Did it feel too easy? Did it feel too hard? Was it just too weird for you? Was it an authentic assessment given the topic and the objectives of this class? Did it match the learning you've experienced? Please email that reflection to your professor. Now you can easily find, if you don't know your professor's email, no big deal. You go right into eCollege and you can send it that way. We, your curriculum team and your professor and myself, we truly believe that this assessment will empower you to recognize that you've learned more about curriculum design than you yourself have even recognized. And again, I tell you, I've been giving this kind of assessment in one form or another for several years now. And it tends to be the kind of thing that once the class is over, students come back and go, that was amazing. I didn't recognize how much I had learned until I actually had to apply it in that new kind of crazy creative fashion. So again, don't overstress this. Stay on task. Use the rubric as your guide. It's very clear what is desired and what is expected. There are no surprises. This exam is designed for you to be able to show off and celebrate and demonstrate everything that you have gained up to this point in this course. If you have any problems, you can email your professor. There are always ways to get around a technical glitch here or there. Don't stress and enjoy this ride.